Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Tammy Slaton from 1,000 Pound Sisters has made significant strides after shedding over 500 pounds and undergoing skin removal surgery, but the burning question remains, can she drive now? Raised in a family grappling with obesity, Tammy found herself following the same path, eventually gaining nearly 700 pounds in her early 30s. Her massive size not only took a toll on her health but also severely limited her day-to-day activities. Things as simple as self-care, enjoying the outdoors, or even traveling were out of reach, forcing Tammy to rely on others for necessities. In 2020, Tammy made her debut in 1,000 Pound Sisters Season 1 to share her weight loss journey. Despite initial challenges, a health scare motivated her to take things more seriously and seek help at a rehab center. By 2022, Tammy met the criteria to undergo a bariatric procedure. Following the weight loss surgery, Tammy shed 500 pounds over 3 years. In 2024, Tammy began considering removing her excess skin and consulted with doctors before undergoing the procedure in early 2025. She unveiled her transformation in 1,000 Pound Sisters Season 7. Tammy's excess weight had a significant impact on her, most notably her inability to learn basic skills, such as driving. Over the years, she depended on her family members, particularly her sisters and brother, to drive her around. At times, Tammy also relied on her friends to do her shopping, especially during the phase when she was excessively partying. In 2024, Tammy expressed her concerns about her inability to drive, admitting via E!News, "I do want to learn eventually, but right now, my anxiety is just a little too much." Tammy expressed a desire to learn how to drive. Still, her anxiety likely stems from her lack of experience. Tammy mentioned, "A lot going on but baby steps. I have driven a golf cart, but granted, it didn't go too fast. The speed factor is what triggers her anxiety." Concerns have been raised by fans about Tammy's inability to drive and her lack of enthusiasm for learning. Speculation has arisen about her continued reliance on her siblings for transportation, which could potentially harm their relationship. On a recent episode of the Creative Chaos podcast produced by Azelle Film Company, Tammy bravely opened up about one of the reasons why she's afraid to learn to drive. During her conversation with the host, she shared a frightening experience in which both she and the driver struggled to stay awake behind the wheel. Tammy said, "I was in a car with somebody and I were like falling asleep." She continued, "I had to stay awake myself to help him drive. And I don't know how to drive." The harrowing incident left Tammy feeling hesitant about getting behind the wheel. Tammy has experienced her fair share of driving mishaps in the past. However, one particularly unforgettable incident took place in 1,000 Pound Sisters, where she was filmed driving a golf cart with her brother, Chris Combs. At first, Tammy seemed ecstatic behind the wheel, moving at breakneck speed. However, things took a turn for the worse when she careened towards a tree, narrowly avoiding a serious collision. The close call left Tammy rattled, prompting her to regain composure and ward off anxiety as she reminded herself to take a deep breath. Although not yet a seasoned driver, Tammy has already set her sights on her dream car. During the recent podcast appearance, she revealed her ultimate desire for a classic Ford Mustang GT, affectionately calling it an old-fashioned Stang. This choice is fitting as the Mustang is renowned for its high performance and horsepower. In addition to its spacious interior, it sets it apart from other sporty cars, creating a perfect blend of style and functionality. Tammy's passion for the Mustang reflects her desire for both power and practicality in her future ride. During the same podcast, Tammy talked about her driving experience so far. She admitted that she still has a fear of semi-trucks on the road, saying, "It's still a fear of semis, they don't see you in the blind side." This fear has kept her from taking the plunge into driving just yet, but she expressed a desire to learn eventually, stating, "Eventually, yes, I do want to learn." It seems the 1,000-pound Sisters cast member is optimistic about the possibility of driving in the future, perhaps to gain more independence and freedom. Tammy Slaton, one of the stars of TLC's 1,000-pound Sisters, has undergone a remarkable transformation since the show's debut in 2020. From weighing nearly 700 pounds to shedding over 500 pounds through bariatric surgery and rigorous lifestyle changes, Tammy's journey has been nothing short of extraordinary. However, one question continues to linger in the minds of fans. Has Tammy Slaton finally learned to drive? Driving represents more than just a practical skill for Tammy. It symbolizes independence, freedom, and a crucial step in her post-weight loss life. Yet, despite her physical transformation, Tammy has openly admitted to struggling with anxiety and fear when it comes to getting behind the wheel. Her shocking confessions about past car incidents, her dream car aspirations, and the strain her reluctance has placed on family relationships reveal a complex, emotional battle beyond just learning to operate a vehicle. This in-depth exploration will cover Tammy's mobility struggles before and after weight loss, her terrifying car incident that fueled her driving fears, her dream car and why she hasn't started driving yet, the impact of her refusal to drive on her relationship with her brother, Chris, fan reactions, and what the future may hold for Tammy's independence. 1. Tammy's mobility struggles, from wheelchair dependence to newfound freedom. Life before weight loss, a prison of immobility. At her heaviest, Tammy weighed 725 pounds, making even basic movement a challenge. Simple tasks like walking, bathing, or leaving the house required assistance. She relied on a wheelchair, oxygen tanks, and specialized vans with modified seating just to travel short distances. Dependence on family. Tammy's siblings, particularly her sister Amy and brother Chris, were her primary caregivers, driving her to appointments, grocery stores, and social outings. Public humiliation. Her size made fitting into regular cars impossible. She had to sit on the floor of a van with the middle seat removed. Post-surgery transformation. A new world of possibilities. After bariatric surgery in 2022 and skin removal surgery in 2025, Tammy's mobility improved drastically. She no longer needed a wheelchair or oxygen, could walk freely, and even fit into a standard car seat without modifications. First time in a car's front seat. In a 1,000-pound Sisters episode, Tammy tearfully celebrated sitting in the front seat of a car for the first time in nearly 2 decades. Newfound independence. She expressed joy over small victories, like buckling a seatbelt without an extender, something many take for granted. Yet, despite these milestones, one major hurdle remained: driving. 2. The terrifying car incident that shook Tammy's confidence, a near-fatal experience. During an appearance on the Creative Chaos podcast, Tammy revealed a harrowing experience that deepened her fear of driving. She recounted a time when she and a driver were both falling asleep at the wheel. "I had to stay awake myself to help him drive. And I don't know how to drive," she admitted, describing the panic of realizing neither was fully alert. The incident left her traumatized, making her hesitant to trust herself behind the wheel. The golf cart mishap. In 1,000-pound Sisters, Tammy attempted driving a golf cart with her brother Chris, a moment that quickly turned frightening. "I kind of felt amazing," she initially said, enjoying the thrill of control. But when she nearly crashed into a tree, Chris had to intervene, yelling, "You got to use the brake pedal in time." Tammy later laughed it off but admitted, "It's scary still. Especially when there's a tree coming." This experience reinforced her anxiety, making her reluctant to try driving a real car. 3. Tammy's dream car and why she still hasn't started driving, her Mustang GT fantasy. Despite her fears, Tammy has a clear vision for her future as a driver. She revealed on the podcast that her dream car is a classic Ford Mustang GT, which she affectionately calls an old-fashioned Stang. She loves the Mustang's power, speed, and spacious interior, seeing it as the perfect blend of style and functionality. This choice reflects her desire for both freedom and control, a symbolic step toward reclaiming her life, anxiety, and semi-truck phobia. However, Tammy has yet to take driving lessons due to lingering fears. Fear of semi-trucks. She confessed, "It's still a fear of like semis, they don't see you in the blind side." General driving anxiety. In a TikTok video, she admitted, "I do want to learn eventually, but right now anxiety's just a little too much." Baby steps. Her hesitation isn't just about skill, it's tied to deep-seated trauma and the psychological adjustment to her new independence. 4. Strained family ties. How Tammy's refusal to drive affects her relationship with Chris. Chris's growing frustration. Tammy's brother, Chris Combs, has been one of her biggest supporters, but her continued reliance on him for rides is causing tension. "We ain't got years," Chris said in frustration after Tammy joked she might need a couple more before getting her license. He suspects her reluctance stems from fear of not needing people anymore, a psychological hurdle after years of dependence. The risk of relationship damage. A Screen Rant article warned that Tammy's refusal to drive could destroy her relationship with Chris. Chris works 6 days a week and has his own family to care for, making Tammy's constant requests for rides unsustainable. If she doesn't take this final step toward independence, it may lead to resentment and distance between them. 5. Fan reactions and what's next for Tammy. Mixed responses from viewers. Fans have been divided over Tammy's driving fears. Supportive fans. Many understand her anxiety, urging patience as she adjusts to her new life. Critical fans. Others argue that after losing 500 pounds, she should push past her fears to avoid burdening her family. Will she ever get her license? Tammy has repeatedly said she eventually wants to drive, but her timeline remains uncertain. Possible future storyline. 1,000-pound sisters could follow her first driving lessons as a major milestone in her journey. Therapy and gradual exposure. Addressing her anxiety through professional help and slow practice like more golf cart sessions could be key. Driving as the final frontier of Tammy's independence. Tammy Slaton's weight loss journey has been awe-inspiring, but learning to drive represents the last barrier to full autonomy. Her traumatic experiences, anxiety, and psychological adjustment after years of dependence make this more than just a practical challenge, it's an emotional one. While she dreams of cruising in a Mustang GT, her fears of semi-trucks and past near accidents hold her back. The strain on her relationship with Chris adds urgency to the situation. Will Tammy conquer her fears and finally get behind the wheel? Only time and perhaps future seasons of 1,000-pound sisters will tell. But one thing is certain, if she can lose 500 pounds, she can learn to drive. It's just a matter of when she's ready to take that leap.